Welcome to a new video here on the Giant Take YouTube channel. My name is Josh, and I am joined by my co-host and friend Alex. If you can't tell, I'll let you know. My audio is different as well as my video. It's a little worse because I'm recording on my Mac. I'm not home currently, so hopefully in a few days from now, or not hopefully, hopefully I'll be home in a few days, and then the audio and video quality will be
In
better
case
and
he
back to
doesn't make it
normal.
home. In case he doesn't make it home.
But for right now, it's what it is. What it is. But we're still here with content. It's not stopping me, and it's definitely not stopping Alex. We're here to talk about day 5 of New York Giants training camp. Give the recap. First of all, what I'd like to say is for everyone who hasn't done so already, go and check out our New York Giants Week 1 training camp recap. It's our new episode of the Giant Take podcast, which is out now on all your favorite audio platforms. So you can go listen to that. That came out this morning. So do that and then come back to this video if you haven't done so already. If you already listened, great. But I
Well, if
want
you're
to tell
already
you right,
on this video, just finish listening to the video and then go listen to the podcast. That
you could do
you
that
could do
as
it either
well.
way. You could do it either way.
So with that being said, let's get right into it. But first, Alex, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm excited. I'm happy. Training camp's here. Pads are on. Um, I feel like I should put pads on now. Like we've been sitting here just playing clothes. Should we put pads on now that the pads are on the players? I don't know, but I'm doing well, and I'm excited to get into it. And I'm just gonna get right into it because why not? John Feliciano, his third day of practice, 4 days now in terms of day totals out. He is not practicing due to heat related, hydration related issues. Josh's making a joke. He just needs to drink some water, man. And hopefully he can get on soon. But for now, Shane Lemieux is taking snaps at center over the previous couple days where it's been mostly Jameel Douglas, who has looked awful at the center position. And Shane Lemieux has, it seems like, looked better than Jameel Douglas. But John Feliciano, we'll see what happens. Hopefully he's back soon. Get him some air conditioning, get him some water, and hopefully he'll be better.
I mean, Alex, I know we kind of joke about it here, but like this is getting serious to the point of I think I mentioned on the podcast when we recorded that was last night. That was when he missed 2 training camp days in a row. Then he had the rest on Sunday. So you're like, all right, probably the Giants trainers just were like, yeah, if you miss Saturday, we know you have off Sunday. So then you could be back and on the field by Monday. You got kind of extra day of rest. Now he's out again. So I don't know what the deal is there, but especially because we signed this guy in free agency, I think it's got to be done quickly. I like fix whatever's going on. This is scary now that because of heat related issues, in a day where it's a good high 70s, low 80s type of day, it's not that bad today. Now, it was very bad when he got it last week. It was probably in the high 80s, low 90s, and steaming hot sun, humidity, whatever. But now, as the days have gone on, and it's been pretty cool. Saturday morning when I went was cool. This morning was cool. You know, we're in the Jersey area. We're near East Rutherford. It's not like it's super different where we are. It's only probably a few degrees cooler. It, I'm getting nervous. But for right now, Shane Lemieux, as he's taken the role, he's been a little better. Moving on to some other players we didn't see today. Ricky Seals-Jones misses his third straight practice. We know Daniel Bellinger's already number one. And then it seems like behind him, that's a little bit of a battle. You have Austin Allen, who's been getting some first team reps, as well as Chris Myrick. And then Jordan Akins, who haven't really seen out there at all. So just something to note that the 2 tight end signings the Giants made this offseason, Ricky Seals-Jones, Jordan Akins, kind of nowhere to be found at this moment. Jaron Williams as well. Did not see him either again today. Now on to some bad news. The rookie safety, or I guess we've already been talking about bad news, just more bad news. Rookie safety Dane Belton is injured. His left arm is in a sling. Really bad news. Seems like it's going to be a long-term injury if his arm is literally in a sling. He was doing well so far in training camp, playing a bit with the first team at safety. But luckily, the Giants recently signed Andrew Adams, so he's probably going to take his place as of now.
My
So I
man
guess
Yusuf
that's
Corker looking more and more likely to make the roster.
so I guess it's a good thing that we signed Adams, but really bad news for Belton. He's been looking good so far. Picked off Daniel Jones's awful pass on Saturday, but yeah, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely gonna miss him. It looked like he was gonna be the third string safety, third in line behind McKinney and Julian Love. So he definitely was gonna get a lot of playing time. And unfortunately, he may miss the first few weeks of the season, possibly, depending how bad. Maybe he sprained his arm or his elbow. If that's the case, that's probably only a few weeks. And it could be, a couple months, few months, if he actually broke his elbow or his arm. So we got to see what happened there or what happens with that.
I'm not a doctor, but I do believe that when you break something in that area of the arm, elbow, that goes in a cast compared to a sling is more like a sprain.
Well, you wouldn't
Alex,
put.
you've had experience with this.
I
Not trying to
broke
put you
my
under the
elbow.
bus or
I
anything.
broke my elbow, so I actually have some experience, but my left elbow too. So what I would say is you don't get the cast on right away though. They'd have to diagnose it. So instantly, right when the injury happens, you put in the sling, but he needs X-rays and all that, and then they can figure out what happened. So you wouldn't that I wouldn't read too much into the sling thing yet, but that's just my opinion here,
Alex, doctor
Doctor
report.
Alex. But anyway,
Dr. Alex.
let's talk about Kayvon Thibodeaux and Andrew Thomas. With pads on, they were going at it today in the drills, in 11-on-11 drills. Thomas, it looked like held his own pretty well, strongly twice in 2 reps against Kayvon Thibodeaux, and that was all documented by Bobby Skinner from Talking Giants, who was there, Paul Schwartz, a whole bunch of people who were recording those reps. Obviously, everyone kind of wants to see what's going on between those two, and it was certainly interesting to see. And O'Shane Ximenez has been picking up the pace a bit in days 4 and 5 of training camp, and maybe pushing to make the roster, pushing for a roster spot. So let's see what happens with him, considering he was pretty much sidelined completely by the Joe Judge coaching staff. So we'll see what happens with him.
Yeah, and started off early. The first couple of days of training camp injured, comes back from injury, and shows up on the field. So that's good to see from Ximenez. Off to what the Giants did today, and it's finally running the ball. It took them a couple days to do it, or a few days now, as we're in on day 5 or recapping day 5. But that was a big focus. Saquon was able to redeem himself as he dropped some balls in day 4, got stripped in day 4 as well. So now looking a little bit better, get some good runs in there. He was kind of explosive from what I read, from what Jordan Ronon's tweet said. So that's good there. You also have Daniel Jones finish the day with 6 straight incompletions. Justin Pennick tweeted that. I believe he was 5 for 13 was the total stat line there. Oh, that's a rough day for Jones. And Justin actually said in his tweet as well, quote, most uncomfortable him, meaning Jones, most uncomfortable he's looked so far in camp. It's the Jimmy Garoppolo, Tyrod Taylor starting reports are going to get way more built up now. But
maybe
yeah,
Pat Leonard was onto something.
I guess so. He looked all right.
That was a joke before people start yelling at me.
that was a joke. He looked all right after day 4, like all the 4 days, and then just day 5, yeah, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. But in terms of the offensive line, though, it has looked better ever since Shane Lemieux came in as center. It looks like, at least now, considering Feliciano's out, he'll continue to take those first team reps. Andrew Thomas has been holding up well. Mark Lewinsky, it seemed, got kind of run over by Leonard Williams. I saw a clip of that. But overall, the O-line seems to be improving day by day, which is good to see, I guess, in terms of the offense, if you're looking at it from that aspect. And Aaron Robinson on the outside, that's another guy we've been talking about. He's going to be a key player this season, especially going from his natural position in the slot, playing on the outside as that CB2. He's going to face some really good competition. And so far in camp against the Giants wide receivers, he's been showing up. So that's a positive sign. We know he's a little bit handsy. So hopefully, that's not going to be an issue when we get into the regular season. We don't want any, penalties called on us. But besides that, it looks like his coverage, it's tight, sometimes a little too tight, but I think he's going to be good at outside corner, and hopefully he just keeps improving with more experience there.
With that, we appreciate you watching this video. If you made it all the way to the end, just do 2 things to help us out. subscribe down below, as well as dropping that like button. We would really appreciate it. Go in the description also to see some other social media channels you can follow us on. And if you've just watched this training camp recap and you want to watch some more, we have a playlist, which is our top playlist right now, and you could just kind of binge all of those 1 through 5. We're going to keep the daily uploads going as long as training camp continues. So thanks so much for watching. See you next time with another video. Peace.